long ago, 6 months ago as it were.
Yeah, gentlemen, I do not enjoy having PJ Stackpole as our new boss.
Well, I was sent a plane ticket to this country by Mr. Maximo. I don't know if Mr. Stockpole feels the same way about me, as it were. Or perhaps Mr. Balls will be sent packing back to jolly old England after tonight. I'm quite nervous about that. Quite nervous about the New York State Athletic Commission looking after me, investigating point spear wrestling, and I'm quite nervous that if Donald Trump becomes the president of the United States, I'll be deported.
Well, I hope you're not deported.
We can only hope, Wesley. Alright, all I gotta say is this. Dante, how do you know you're not going to like working for Stackpole? He's been in charge for all but 20 minutes. Give the man a chance.
Well, I've been here at FSW for a while now, and all I've seen from Stackpole is dirty deeds, despicable actions. He's aligned with the End, who is in the ring right now. We've got Aldwin, we've got Mason, and we've got Stackpole, who is nothing but a scumbag.
Quite strong words there.
You know you're talking about our boss.
Well, I have to call it like I see it.
Enjoying the Stackpole era of FSW.
Yes, I am.
Mrs. Taranko clearly impressed with Mr. Stackpole.
As Director of Operations for FSW, it is my responsibility to inform you that at our show, Lucha Libre Extravaganza, it will feature the grudge match of the century as Ian Aldwin steps foot into the ring with Cyrus Deville. No, that's not happening yet. As he steps foot into the ring with Cyrus Deville in an I Quit match.
Oh.
Now, as it happens, Cyrus Deville knows. As it happens, Cyrus Deville knows all about quitting. Cyrus Deville knows all about quitting. And Ian Aldwin would love to explain exactly what we mean by that in a little expose on Cyrus Deville.
Ah, we're getting treated to an expose.
Unbelievable. What will Mr. Aldwin say? The man running rampant in fighting spirit wrestling.
First of all, I think all you Brooklyns need to shut up and show this man some goddamn respect.
Everybody be quiet.
Well, the fans don't respect Ian Aldwin, that's for sure.
Now, in case you all didn't know, I want to give each and every one of you a little reality check. You see, Cyrus Deville is not the man that each and every one of you think he is. You see, Cyrus didn't have a great childhood. Cyrus
I didn't have a child.
grew up
Well, that's sad.
in the slums with a family that didn't care about him. So what does he do? He does the same thing that every other delinquent does. He turns to drugs and alcohol.
Oh, no. That's terrible.
Unbelievable. Going at his personal
You
problems.
already know Cyrus Deville is a recovering drug addict. He has actually been sober for 4 years on and off. And why do you think he turned sober? Because Ian Aldwin, PJ Stackpole, and Leon Mason lifted him up from the darkness into the light.
Now, I find that hard to believe.
Why? These men care about other people.
Then why did they knock him down and bust his head open?
Because he deserves it.
Cyrus, you have faced a lot of demons in your life. But I guarantee you, the moment you face this demon, I am worse than any needle you can stick stick in your arm. I am worse than any pill you can put in your mouth. I will make you wish you were a junkie all over again. Just to get away from this demon.
Absolutely
Beautiful
despicable
speech.
words there.
Fantastic.
As a full-time alcoholic, I find that quite offensive there.
I'm inspired.
Well, I'm disgusted as well. Ian Aldwin with some very strong words, and Cyrus is not going to appreciate that.
Absolutely,
Wait a
kicking
second.
him where the sun doesn't shine, as it were. Quite a dirty way to go about it, bringing up personal problems, drug addiction. It's disgusting. And here is Mr. Cyrus Deville coming into the ring, and this bloody feud does not seem to have an end in clear sight, gentlemen.
I'm not Joe Maximo. I don't roll over for you. Tonight is going to be another handicap match.
Oh, no.
Leon Mason and Ian Aldwin against you unless you can find a partner, and I doubt, sir, that that's possible because nobody likes you.
Deville should have stayed at his AA meeting.
Oh, ladies and gentlemen, looks like his partner's here.
no.
Oh, natural disaster. Malta the Damager coming out here, ladies and gentlemen.
No.
Malta teaming up with Cyrus here tonight. Now that's a dream team.
How the
Unbelievable.
hell did Cyrus get this guy on his side?
Malta the Damager. You know, we got two feuds going on here, ladies and gentlemen. We have a bloody feud between Cyrus Deville and Ian Aldwin, and a budding feud, as it were, between Leon Mason and Malta the Damager that seemed to come out of the match they had in Connecticut. We saw it last month during the lumberjack match. There was another brawl going on outside the ring, and most of that brawl was centered around Mr. Malta and Mr. Leon Mason.
My God, Malta and Cyrus Deville together. Everybody better hold on to their wallets.
Well, PJ Stackpole calling for a referee. The diminutive referee runs out and right now is checking Cyrus Deville.
You should.
Mr. Zubin there, taking a good check there, making sure everything is kosher.
Check them both for contraband or whatever else they might have on them.
Well, Malta getting checked right now. We're just waiting for this match to begin. This blood feud, as you gentlemen alluded to.
Absolutely.
Malta can hide a whole sword in his pants.
Malta the Damager, 7 feet tall, perhaps 300 pounds, ladies and gentlemen, no one knows exactly. And Malta the Damager has just been cast in a movie where he plays the gentleman that Rocky was based on, a man who fought Muhammad Ali in the ring. And Malta has been summoned to play Andre the Giant, the legendary wrestling master, as it were. Andre the Giant,
No
an
one
unbelievable wrestler.
knows Malta's weight for sure because people are too scared to take his weight.
Well, Malta, a huge individual. I congratulate him as getting cast as Andre the Giant, as an actor myself. And right now he's set to face off against Ian Aldwin. Ian Aldwin may have the speed advantage against Malta, but right now Malta is trying to put a quick end to this with his patented bicycle kick, but Aldwin escaping to the outside of the ring.
Absolutely. I don't know that Malta connected on that kick there, but Ian Aldwin saw what was possible, and I find it to be quite a curious way to start the match off. Ian Aldwin against Malta the Damager as a way to start this match. I would think that Malta would perhaps get in there with Leon Mason, or you see Cyrus Deville with the man running rampant in fighting spirit wrestling, Ian Aldwin, ladies and gentlemen.
What are you talking about? Malta doesn't want to get his hands dirty or his face dirty. He's an actor now. He's all Hollywood.
He's all Hollywood, and I accompanied Mr. Malta to the Trump Taj Mahal Casino, as it were, and Mr. Steranko was nice enough to talk to Mr. Trump. Our rooms were comped, as it were, had a wonderful steak dinners, lobster, all types of drinks, and I have to thank you, Mr. Steranko, for doing that. And here we see this budding rivalry with Leon Mason in the ring,
Whoa, there's a big right hand from Malta. Malta and Leon just trading fists back and forth. These two big bulls
That's right.
going at it. The two largest members of the FSW roster.
I want to see this.
And Leon Mason right now seems to have the advantage, chopping Malta across his chest.
Malta in the corner, seemed like he was playing possum there for a moment. Big knee to the side there, another knee there as Malta likes to do, and a big slap to the chops there.
Malta getting tossed back into the corner by Mason, and that sounded like an even harder chop. I don't know which one of these men is more powerful, but they're killing each other in there.
They're collapsing each other's lungs at what they're doing.
They certainly are, Dyson, and you see they just trade blows back and forth, chops and knees, and look at Mason right now. Looks like he's setting Malta up for a vertical suplex. Up and down goes Malta.
Perfectly executed suplex there. You don't see Malta getting suplexed too often. Hard to get a guy that size up, and hard to get a guy that talented up.
I'm surprised. Put Malta up on a suplex. His legs might pop up on the ceiling.
Here's Malta.
Malta trying to return the favor right now. Trying to get Mason up for a suplex, and down he goes.
Perfectly executed. Malta the damager with the suplex there. Only a 2 count there. And,
Register on the Richter scale.
quite animated is Mr. Zubin, our referee here.
Well, Mr. Zubin, I think, has drank a little too many cups of coffee, but regardless, Malta with Leon Mason setting him up, going for an Irish whip, but Mason reverses. Oh, and look at that! Malta with a Hurricane Rana.
What the hell?
Ladies and gentlemen, when you see guys of that size with the technical ability as Malta perfectly executing these maneuvers, it's unbelievable. And
Did I just see that?
it looks like we got something going on outside the ring. Cyrus Deville's going at it there, thrashing Ian Aldwin. And Leon Mason bloody thrashing him. Malta's on the top rope, ladies and gentlemen. What's he going to do here? He's almost touching the ceiling. Unbelievable, ladies and gentlemen.
Malta just taking out the entire end. He takes out Ian. He takes out Mason, and even takes out his own partner Cyrus. Malta just using his gigantic body like a missile.
This Malta hit his head too hard. Does he think he's a luchador?
Well, ladies and gentlemen, whether he's a luchador or not, you just saw a 7-foot guy go off the top rope, jump outside the ring onto 3 people. It was unbelievable.
How does a 7-foot tall man do an Hurricanrana?
He's a super talented guy, is Malta. Malta back in the ring, and he'll work on Leon Mason. Leon Mason at the centre of the ring. Ian Aldwin pulling at his feet. And now they'll try to have a go at Malta here. Will they have a go at Malta?
I'm still in shock.
Well, gentlemen, I'm sure that took as much out of Malta as it did of his opponents. You see a guy that big as Malta is, all that gravity, and he hits the ground, and he gets a lot taken out of him, and now the end taking advantage, just smacking him across the face.
You're right. You're right there.
Trying to teach him a lesson for doing something like that. And Ian Aldwin, with the added power of Leon Mason, now Mason goes in, both men rushing into Malta in the corner.
And ladies and gentlemen, how is Malta still standing after that barrage there? Here's Ian Aldwin trying to work on Malta, headbutt there, and Malta still standing like Jake LaMotta in Raging Bull. And now he goes down, ladies and gentlemen.
And look at Aldwin. Aldwin with a very smart strategy, taking out the leg of Malta. You take out the leg of this giant, and he's going to be prone on the ground. He can't even stand.
Absolutely.
Sure, Malta's regretting all that high fun falutin stuff he was doing.
And Cyrus Deville, it looks as if all the aggression has turned against Malta the Damager here, and they're forgetting Cyrus Deville's biding his time in the corner, waiting for a proper tag to come into this match, then try to do what he can do against the end.
Smart move from the end. Take out the big man first. Take out Deville after.
Absolutely.
Well, Deville may not even have a chance to get in this match if the end is able to pin Malta. But Dyson, I want to ask you, do you think that was a wise move for Malta to go up to the top rope where he's not used to use his body as a weapon like that?
Well, impressive, yes. Wise, no.
Malta the Damager, just got a leg drop there after being properly body slammed. by Leon Mason. And Malta makes the tag here. Here's Cyrus Deville. Here's Ian Aldwin. Here's the bloody feud we're looking for, ladies and gentlemen.
Cyrus Deville back in the ring. Cyrus Deville has waited months to get his hands on Ian Aldwin after Ian Aldwin attacked him and left him a bloody mess. Cyrus Deville taking out his former friend Ian Aldwin with a couple of clotheslines. Cyrus now with a power slam on the big man. Goes for a cover, only a 2 count, and Mason breaks it up.
That's right. That's a brotherhood right there. Watching each other's backs.
Well, there's a big boot. Of course, Aldwin was saying before the match that Cyrus was a drug addict, but Cyrus told me that he's from the slums of Shaolin. So Cyrus Deville has an interesting past, that's for sure.
Yeah, I've driven by the slums of Shaolin. Not a good place.
There's Malta in the center of the ring here. And Leon Mason not far behind. Over the top, ladies and gentlemen. When was the last time you see two guys that big over the top and they're brawling outside the ring?
Half the audience almost died.
They got quite a bloody feud going on here. 2 matches at once, as it were, not just a proper tag team match. And Malta bloody thrashing, and we got a pin in the center of the ring. And
that's it.
Oh, that's it.
That's it.
The team of Leon Mason and Ian Aldwin, the end.
Now that came out of nowhere.
Absolutely, the referee did not give the proper signal, as it were. Not know what was going on. I didn't even hear him tapping his hands.
I think he was having a seizure.
Cyrus Deville is going to have to get the entire crew of the Wu-Tang Clan from the slums of Shaolin to help him out against the end.
This isn't over here. Here's
Cyrus Deville, look, he's going after Aldwin again.
Bloody thrashing Ian Aldwin, and he ran his head into the side of the ring there, and he'll have him in the centre of the ring. And this match now technically over. Cyrus Deville.
Oh, there's Cyrus with his patented
Unnecessary.
spear. Nobody does that spear better than Cyrus Deville.
This is unnecessary.
And it looks like he's going for a sharpshooter.
Unbelievable. He's going to give him a sharpshooter, ladies and gentlemen.
The bellkeeper needs to be ringing the bell right now. This is unnecessary. Right now, Ian Aldwin does not deserve this. The match is over.
Well, look at Aldwin tapping out.
Aldwin's properly topping out here after the bell is rung, ladies and gentlemen. The sharpshooter, and Cyrus Deville's locking it on like a cobra snake.
And that tiny referee not able to get Cyrus off of Aldwin, trying to cripple him.
From now until Lucha Libre Extravaganza, if you put 2 fingers on Ian Aldwin, you're fired.
There you go.
No.
That's up.
Right now.
Lay down the law, Stackpole. Let him know.
Our new boss, different approach to the business, as it were, gentlemen. They may not agree with Mr. Stock, though. These 2 first matches were quite interesting, I must say.
I'm loving the Stackpole era as it is so far. How about